Okay, it looks like I have to do this again. What the hell's going on here? This is very strange. I have to do it again. It wasn't even on. It wasn't even. Looks like I wasn't. It says I was live, but there was no one. I couldn't even tell if I was live. Very strange. It says I was live, but there was no one. I couldn't even tell if I was live. Very strange. Okay, looks like I have to do this again. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to start again. Bloody hell. Very irritating. Streamlabs. I mean, I wish I could find a better software to use so that I don't like, you know, broadcast live and it says it's running, but it's not even on YouTube. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be a bit quick here because I don't want to feel like I'm going to repeat myself. So this is Andrew Marr, journalist of the BBC, former political editor of the BBC. He has his own show, The Andrew Marr Show. He's going to leave the BBC after 21 years. The word Jesuit is 21. Here he is, Andrew William Stephen Marr, British journalist, presenter, radio, TV, political commentator, editing the independent newspaper, born 31st of July. His announcement comes 112 days after his birthday, his last birthday. The word theatre is 112 because, for those you don't know, gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words, and these people operate by this code because all these announcements are by the numbers. There's nothing organic about them because the media operates by this code. This is contrived propaganda. This is not a man who's leaving the BBC simply because it's his own accord, because it's not. It's by the numbers. I mean, BBC, I always consider it to be the British Bullshit Corporation because that's what it is. Or Zionist-run institution because I fucking hated BBC. I don't say hate of them, but the reason why I say it because they put a lot of shit out. They might have put some good stuff in the past, but they put a lot of shit out. I don't watch the BBC. I mean, in future, if I was living in my own house somewhere, I would phone up and say I don't want to pay the license fee. I would tell them that I don't watch any live TV whatsoever. I just want to stick to streaming services like Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to watch any live TV because I don't watch any TV at all, really, because I don't give a fuck about it. Because a lot of news is just propaganda. Jesuits 21, leaving the BBC after 21 years. Andrew Marr 115, Masonic 115, again he's part of the Masonic Club. Andrew William Stevenson Marr in the Jewish cipher 3030, a bit like Masonry 33, again all very Masonic right there. And let me just check the chat if anyone's there. Can anyone hear me? Jesuits 21, leaving the BBC after 21 years. I do like hearing myself talk, but I'm just making sure that I'm on because it seems very frustrating at times that you can't. So yeah, that's Andrew Marr, as I was saying. Looks like someone's on, unless it's just showing nobody else. Someone is watching, but anyway. So that's Andrew Marr. Actually, I was going to play something Yeah. I'm going to play this clip. Obviously, last time, interestingly, this video's got 56,000 views. Society Jesus 56.
Well, for the view in Downing Street on today's events, let's talk to our political editor, Andrew Marr. Andy.
The date of this broadcast, the 9th of April, 2003, 4:09. A bit like this 1 minute 49 video, 4:09. So here we go.
Is it safe to assume that Mr. Blair, like so many of the rest of us, was glued to his television for parts of today?
It certainly is. He and his advisors have been watching this, and all the usual caveats apply. There could be some ghastly scenes in the future. There could be terrorist attacks. All sorts of things could go wrong. But frankly, Hugh, the main mood is unbridled relief. I've been watching ministers wander around with smiles like split watermelons.
Well, Mr. Blair's had his share of troubles and worries, as you...
Smiles like split watermelons. Is this a news analysis or this a propaganda for the government?
Rightly say, over the past few weeks, we've talked about them many times.
Yes.
To what extent has that changed now today?
Well, I think this does one thing. It draws a line under what had been before this war a period of a faint air of pointlessness.
This is BBC News at 10. For those you don't know, this is BBC News at 10, and he's standing outside 10 Downing Street. Not a coincidence. Why they always seem to, every time they do a news story about political related, they always stand outside 10 Downing Street, like BBC News at 10.
Was hanging over Downing Street. There was all these slightly tawdry arguments and scandals. That is now history. Mr. Blair is well aware that all his critics out there in the party and beyond aren't going to thank him, because they're only human, for being right when they've been wrong, and he knows that there might be trouble ahead, as I've said. But I think this is a very, very important moment for him. It gives him a new freedom and a new self-confidence. He confronted many critics. I don't think anybody after this is going to be able to say of Tony Blair that he's somebody who is driven by the drift of public opinion or focus groups or opinion polls. He took all of those on. He said that they would be able to take Baghdad without a bloodbath, and that in the end the Iraqis would be celebrating. And on both of those points he has been proved conclusively right, and it would be entirely ungracious, even for his critics, not to acknowledge that tonight he stands as a larger man and a stronger Prime Minister as a result.
Andrew, many thanks.
Did you hear that bullshit? A stronger man, ungracious? It talks about taking Baghdad without a bloodbath. Well, all these wars are staged. Saddam Hussein was a long time agent of the CIA. He was fulfilling his role as the bad man, the dictator. For those who don't know, CIA is a Catholic Church organization. Catholic Church organization, site CIA. So Saddam Hussein was a Jesuit agent, of course, like most of these dictators that we see around the world. The Syrian president, the president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad. So that is undoubtedly Andrew Marr's highlight. That's Andrew Marr for you. Yeah, so that's Andrew Marr. Also, I got, Understand, these journalists who work for the media, they're all part of the same group, the Freemasons. It's all interconnected, the Freemasons, Zionism, Jesuits, Jesuits being on top of the pile. You know, they all work together. Simple as that. These journalists, yeah, they work. All governments work together. These journalists, who might appear to be on opposite political directions, are in fact in part of the same club. They don't become journalists by chance. They become journalists because it's by the numbers. They're born and bred. Andrew Marr's no different. Actually, there's something I do want to cover, but I'm trying to find it here. This is racism by the numbers. Meet Ebony, Jewel, Coralie, Camellia, Rosamond, Rainford, Brent, or Ebony Brent, she's known as. She was in the story before. About racism. This story first appeared, or I'm assuming it first appeared, on the 17th of November, and the time is 11:42. 42, a number that's stamped on black people. Slavery 42, N-word 42, Freemason 42. It's always 42 on these people. I mean, they had to publish it at that time because it's about a black cricketer, or former black cricketer. I mean, she says that she got racism. A racist letter. Interesting, born in South London, but apparently I was found naked in Africa as a primitive. Had some letters in my time, but this one is up there. Understand, this is by the numbers. This is contrived propaganda. Because what they love to do, these people, the Jesuits who contrive the news like this, is to divide and distract, and point out these racism stories. And she is an actress for the Jesuits. She's born 31st of December. I'll get into the date in a bit, but Ebony Rainford Brent equals 47, the Frank Baconnet cipher, which is Francis Bacon's ciphers. 47 like government and agent. That gives you away who she is. I mean, she's an agent. I mean, they are all these, people that, I mean, it's racism. Of course, there's racism in society, but then they play it like it's always going on. I mean, they might say they're not, but they are. It's always it's like Black Lives Matter. It's like George Floyd. It's like then the recent one, Kyle Rittenhouse, getting cleared. I mean, these stories they're just theatrical. In reverse satanic, her name equals 9/11. 9/11 being the 156 prime, false flags 156. The reason why I highlight 9/11 is because it's the 156 prime, false flags 156, and these stories about racism are false flags. Cricket 69, Jesuit order. Cricket 33, like masonry. Tells you who's winning cricket. Every sport's run by the Jesuits. All professional sports are rigged by the numbers. Oh, racism 39. Like Saturn. Reflection of Saturn, or like Saturn 3993. Or Saturnian. The story happens 44 days left in the year. I mean, the story could have appeared with 42 days left in the year. That would have been perfect. But these things happen very synchronously anyway. So, and speaking of synchronicity, look at the date numerology. 69 and 33. Cricket is 69 and 33. Jesuit order is 69. Masonry is 33. So perfect timing, isn't it? The N-word, or Negro, is 11/7. The story occurred on 17th of November, 11/17, which is ironic. Racist is 47. Her name Emily Brent is also 47. Government is 47. Agent is 47. Her first name Ebony is 25. Racist is 25. So it's like the story about racism. The story about racism, or the race card, was going to bound to appear in the media, and it was going to involve her because she is scripted to take part in what can only be described as a theatrical act. Because that's what it is, theatrical act. Slavery is 42, Freemasons 42. I mean, more than 42 is Saturn 42, Freemason 42, N-word 42, Jesuit 42, fake news 42, Zionism 42, because it is a fake news story. All these racist, all these racegate stories, because that's what they are. They just... Her full name is 222, like Order Archaeos 222. And she's an MBE, yeah. MBE is 42, N-word's 42, Slavery's 42, Freemasons 42, Jesuits 42, Fake News 42, Saturn's 42. For those who don't know, MBE is member of the British Empire. She received it from the Queen. So that totally tells you who she's working for. The Jesuit Zionist New World Order. They always do this. They always pull off this racist crap by the numbers. They always do that. They always pull this racist crap out. I mean, okay, I should do a birthday. I should do a birthday. Was it 31st December? Yeah, 31st December. Occurring the next, but this story about her occurs on her next birthday. I mean, look, 44 days from her next birthday, and the story's out. 44 days left in the year. That's what you call synchronicity right there. "44 days, yeah. The story of the racism from Ebony occurs 44 days before her next birthday, and with 44 days left in the year. Contrived. It's all contrived. It is, undoubtedly. I was going to read this out from Simple Truth Television, but I was thinking of covering Young Dolph, but I don't know if I will, because I'm not doing much decos these days, just doing limited amount. I mean, that's his finest hour, Andrew Marr's. It's an example of why news is propaganda. Don't know if I put it on Twitter so I could share it. Don't know if I can do it with for those that want to. If they don't watch it now, they can watch it later. So yeah, that's. I mean, there was another racist row about a cricketer, Pakistani cricketer, but I don't think I'm going to cover that. I mean, first it's football, now it's cricket. I mean, come on, they just keep playing. They just keep using this card. I mean, it's a very effective weapon at, getting people riled up over something that is contrived by the numbers. Racism by the numbers. That's what it is ultimately. Racism by the numbers. When you see someone die, a famous person is murdered by numbers. So I'm gonna go now. See you guys.